What's up guys, Magic Knives here, and in today's video I'm bringing to you a new Airsoft review on the FMA F1 Airsoft or paintball mask, full face mask. I think this was actually the best option that I found, especially for players that wear glasses. So much like how, for a lot of players that, first try Airsoft, you go to fields, usually it's like they get paintball masks and stuff. But I didn't like the fact that with paintball masks, you always have a lot of bulk at the bottom here, so it makes aiming with a rifle really difficult because you can't get a proper cheek weld. So I tried to look at other options, and I know dye masks are pretty popular in the Speedsoft and SpeedQB world, and as you can obviously tell, this is a copy of the dye mask by FMA, but the good thing is that it is affordable and it actually holds up pretty well. It has a nice sort of plasticky, I believe the dye masks are rubber, but in this case it's a more soft plastic, which I think it's good because what's nice though is that it's thin on the sides here. So for most airsoft guns, most long guns, you're gonna have a much easier time with having a proper cheek weld when you're aiming with long guns, and I'll demonstrate that to you in a bit. But you will see here at the back, this is where you have your little back strap that you can literally just stretch it out a little bit and then place it over around your face. Obviously if you need to, you can adjust the tightness and stuff, but you do want it nice and snug. You have a little chin strap here as well, which as you can see, this part kind of sticks out a bit. So what I would do is there's a little kind of clip just at right where the buckle sits inside, so you can just simply tuck the strap in like so. If I can get this like this. So once you have that, it's not dangling underneath your chin, which is kind of annoying. Honestly, you don't even really need this. So if you wanted to, you can just forget about this, but I don't mind. Like, as long as it's going underneath the chin, it's nice, and then you just tuck that extra strap inside underneath a little clip that holds the actual strap in. So there is a bit of foam. Well, there is foam around the actual inside lens of the mask or the goggles. So unlike with Airsoft full seal goggles, where some of them have foam around the edges and it causes fogging issues, and you would just kind of rip those out, with this, it's kind of nice that the foams here, it doesn't seem to actually cause any fogging, at least in my experience. Granted, I'm not the most sweatiest person, or I don't go crazy. I don't sweat balls and shit when I'm playing, so it's actually kind of comfortable with having the foam here, like just at the right where your eyebrows would be, and then as well as where your sort of just lower eye area would be. But this also makes it great for people who wear large glasses, because I have staff who wear glasses, and for some of them, they had small enough glasses that they didn't even have to take their eyeglasses off. They can just slip this on, and there was enough space because of how much the goggles or the lens actually sits away from their face, and the sides here are also kind of nice and wide, so that allows them to just put it on. And for one dude that he had those really big frames, all he had to do is just like how you would for paintball masks. You put your glasses in first, and then you kind of hold the arms of the glasses in place as you kind of put this over your head and stuff. And the great thing is that the foam kind of helps to cushion the glasses really nicely and keep them in place, so you can just have them like you normally would wear them, and now you're fully protected. There's no worry at all. It doesn't like cause a lot of squeezing on your glasses or whatever. So I'm really settled on this for anybody who wears large frame glasses or just glasses in general, and you still look really cool. with these, which is great, and I think that's definitely a big factor, which I always like. What's great too is that there is some vent holes just across the top here, so that's why I would say, at least in this case, the foam doesn't cause a lot of fogging because you have these vent holes at the top here. It's great. So fogging definitely doesn't seem to be a huge concern with with this face mask or airsoft mask. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I think my most favorite part actually is the fact that this, compared to a pilot mask that I was testing out previously, that one did not have ear protection, or at least proper ear protection that would cover your ears and stuff. And I'm happy to say that this one definitely has proper ear flaps that cover your ears, which is good because, trust me, from experience, getting shot in the ear is not very pleasant. So I would definitely always suggest, like, even if you go with the mesh mask option, which I do, I make sure to get ones that have those little ear cups that protect the ears, because trust me, when you get shot in the ear, there's like this really bad ringing, and it really hurts. So I would definitely suggest something to protect your ears in that regard. Yeah, so with that said, I will kind of show you what this looks like on me. I will put it on, and I'll also show you that at least with the guns that I have, I'm able to still aim down sight pretty well with it. So yeah, let's get into that. Alright guys, so here I am with the FMA F1 airsoft mask now on my actual face. So you can see pretty much what you would see on a typical Speedsoft player or SpeedQB player. What I would suggest when wearing this is, as you can see, as best as this covers and protects my face and also my ears, just like with most, well, at least with most airsoft or paintball masks, there's still a bit of space up top here right at the forehead. So if you've got a big forehead, you are prone to getting shot in the forehead and it kind of hurting quite a bit. So obviously you can either get some kind of helmet set up, or easiest thing is just wear some kind of ball cap, either with the bill going over it, right? Or what I prefer is just having it backwards. That way the strap sits on the actual bill of my hat much easier. And then obviously this is a bad example because there's a, this hat has the little ponytail hole here, but I mean, with my hair, I kind of can it still protects here for the most part, but I would definitely recommend a hat that doesn't have this. That way, at least you're padded just across your forehead here. Especially if you have a big forehead, I would recommend having something here to protect your forehead, right? And for me, most times as well, when I play, I'll be wearing a GoPro, so the strap itself goes across here, and the GoPro itself is here, so that way it just adds more protection for my forehead as well. But as you can see, apart from that, yeah, it fits really comfortably. I look like a speed softer now, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of slowly like tampering with like some SpeedQB setups or styles. I've been watching a lot more SpeedQB, hence why I was kind of considering this option as well for myself. But I'll get more into that later. But first and foremost, let me just show you here. I have my VFC M4, right, AEG. So I do have a red dot on this. So naturally, very simple, just like how I aim with my mesh mask, I can comfortably aim down sight with the red dot. Okay, no issues there. But what's even better, what's also great, at least in my case with my rifle and its iron sights, because the iron sights do sit fairly high up, I still can look down the I still can twist or rotate my head a little bit to the side, and I can aim down the iron sights pretty comfortably as well. I do obviously have to tilt my head a little bit more than what I normally would when I'm wearing a mesh mask, or obviously like nothing at all. I mean, best case scenario obviously is when you can wear not have a lower face protection or something when you're just shooting targets, but obviously if you're doing force on force, you you really should have some lower face protection of sorts. So it might hinder your ability to aim down sights, depending which one you get. But at least with this and with my M4, I have no problems with that. I can still aim down the sights. Obviously I have to adjust my cheek weld a little bit compared to what I would have with a mesh mask, but it's really not that bad. Like, I don't feel really that uncomfortable. I really don't feel uncomfortable at all with this. And if you're a renter, if you're a field considering what type of airsoft mask you should give out for rental players, I definitely think this is a much better option than a paintball mask, because if you don't provide red dot sights for your rental guns, at least this still gives people an option, because they can aim down and look through the iron sights, at least for with what I have set up here. Like, you still want something iron sights to have a bit of a riser to it, or just at least not flush with the Picatinny. But this is really good. I'll also show you. This is my Tokyo Marui Sega 12K gas bullet shotgun. Super awesome gun. It's my favorite piece in my whole collection. But also, as you can see, especially because with the slightly lower position stock with most AKs, and even with my my LCT AKMS with the underfolder, it's even better. But with this, I can still firstly I can obviously aim down the red dot like this, no problems at all. I don't even have to worry about touching the stock with my face mask. But if I also take the sight off, I can still relatively squeeze my head down a little bit, and I can aim with the iron sights, only because at least with this I have a little bit of dip in the stock at the back, and I can aim with the iron sights of this relatively comfortably. It's not, maybe not as comfortable as with the iron sights on my M4, and with the way because of my underfolder for my LCT AKM, it does the sights do sit a bit higher, so it's a little bit easier. But even then, this is actually still pretty doable. I just, as long as I'm kind of resting the bottom part of the lens onto the stock, I can actually aim this pretty easily. So one thing I will mention when it comes to aiming with either this type of mask or any paintball mask is, the little trick is that, just imagine the red dot's not here, but you want to kind of bend your neck, tilt it to the side slightly, and then kind of rotate your nose towards the gun. And that way the top, if I'm right-handed or right eye, or I am right-handed but I'm using my right eye to shoot a long gun, I'm kind of using the top left of my vision with my right eye to look down the sight, as opposed to kind of using the bottom center of my right eye sight. So instead of this, I'm kind of tilting my head a little bit, and then just kind of putting the nose of my nose as close as possible to the sight, and I'm able to aim down the iron sights much easier. Granted, with paintball masks, it's still really difficult for some people, so this definitely makes it a lot easier for some beginners, or even just players that want this option over a mesh mask. This is definitely a much better option for them. Now, would I actually want to use this for the rest of my airsoft career? Personally, no. Here's why. The only thing I have a bit of an issue with is that because the lens have to be bigger and wider, I have airsoft night vision. I have night vision, so haven't had much chance to play with it or use it for airsoft games. But if you are planning to do night vision stuff, this is not the best option, because it sits further away from your eyes, and because it sits further away from your eyes, your night vision is going to have to sit further away, and that reduces your field of view even further. And with Airsoft, because you do have to wear eye protection for your safety, naturally your night vision is going to be slightly further away than what it would usually be if you didn't have to worry about eye protection. And on top of that, because I have a camera mounted on the back of my night vision, so you can actually I can actually record and play at the same time. It puts it even further forward. So it's not the best option. This is not the best option for me, at least if I'm going to consider doing low light games and running night vision, right? I think obviously if you have no plans of doing that or getting night vision, you don't have to worry. Like, this is a great option for any player, beginners or veteran airsoft players that just want something simple, full face protection, and especially if you have wear glasses and you aren't too sure if you want to get fully into this yet and get those little inserts that you could for your goggles. So that, remember, that is an option for you players with glasses. If get those little specs and then get the same I guess degrees of your glasses, insert those into your airsoft goggles. That way you don't have to worry about your regular glasses getting destroyed or anything. So yeah, again, if you're a player that that wears glasses and you're not sure if you want to get those inserts yet for your standard airsoft goggles, this is definitely a great option for you. All right, so yeah, if you have questions, leave it down in the comments below. Really appreciate you guys for subscribing and liking the videos, and hopefully I will see you guys in my future videos as well. Until next time, peace out, guys.